It's The Cult right here on your classic metal show with a little Easter-themed tune there with Resurrection Joe. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard Liberty and Justice, our good friend Justin Murr, that song featuring Phil Lewis of LA Guns, along with J.K. Northrup with Light It Up. And a guy here who's here to help light the show up is my friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's happening, Chris?
He is risen. He has risen. It is a joyous day, man. It is going into Easter.
Yeah.
He has risen.
Yeah.
Are you celebrating?
I celebrate. I am going to celebrate by making a pilgrimage to the East tomorrow and visit with my eldest sister and bring her some glad tidings.
What church are you going to tomorrow?
I am not going to a church tomorrow.
What?
No, I will not be attending a church service tomorrow. I will be communing with nature as I ride through the cornfields of Indiana.
Did you not hear what I just said?
I heard what you said, but
he has risen.
I understand. But, some people believe that they need to gather with other believers in order to make it a legitimate celebration. Others believe that if your spiritual being is within your soul.
He pushed that chunk of rock out of in front of the cave with hands with holes in them and rose to the heavens.
True.
And you can't give up an hour of celebration for that?
I could do that, sure.
But you're not going to.
Well, I'm not going to, but I could.
Yeah, me either.
I have no qualms about that. If I had a reason to go, but it's just not on the agenda for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I would think that him rising would be the reason.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently not.
Well, I guess I could have, instead of playing Resurrection Joe, I could have played Phoenix. The Phoenix Rises.
But that would have involved burning him.
Well,
I don't think he got burned.
He rises from the ashes. Mm-hmm. Up from the ashes, as it were.
Yeah, I'm sure Don would have liked that. Get an extra little 1/10 of a cent.
This phone has been ringing and ringing and ringing, so I got to find out who is so desperate to speak to us.
Go ahead.
Hail and kill. Happy Easter, listener. Who is this, and what do you want?
It's Aussie Ace.
It's Aussie Ace. Aussie Ace, you don't know what time the show starts?
Has it not started yet? I just thought I'd ring because I've got to go over to Mum's at like 12, which is like in half an hour, and I thought, I wanted to check, did you get the package I sent you?
I don't know. Where did you send it?
From the address on your, I sent it express on the address on your website.
Okay.
P.O. Box.
Yeah, a P.O. Box. I have not checked the P.O. Box, no, so if you sent something, it's probably there. I just need to go retrieve it.
Yeah, it's
the real funny part about it was, just as I was packing up this gift for like you and Chris and that, it was on the just your old ones that were playing, and it was the one where it was saying about you not opening gifts. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. He's going to get this and put it in the bloody cupboard now. And it was just so ironic that one was playing. So I wrote on it, Chris as well.
Okay, so
really doesn't.
Well, I'll be seeing Chris in person next week, so I will make sure to swing by the P.O. Box, pick up your generous gift, bring it with me, and let Chris have the joy of opening it.
We will open. I'll tell you what, Ozzy is. I'll tell you what, Ozzy. We will open it live on the show next week. How's that?
Fantastic. You'll love it. Because what I did want to ask you guys was, have you got an email where I can send you some stories to bring to the table?
Sure.
Because, I'd rather scan it out of the paper or something like that, because I know the criteria, and Neely said that, firstly, it's got to be a headline, that makes him laugh, and two, it's got to piss off Chris.
Right. Those are two of the important criterias.
Exactly. So I've got that covered off, and I've got a heap that I can always shoot you a couple stories, whether you use them or not, but they fit right in.
Excellent. All right.
Fantastic. So where do I send that to then?
Send it to,
Request at the classicmetalshow.com.
Okay, cool. All right, it'll just come from Aussie Ace. All right.
That's one request,
All right.
not plural.
Just request, period. Not a period,
request.
but request at the classicmetalshow.com.
Okay, no problem. All right, cool. And I actually did want to speak to Chris about something.
All right, I'll step away from the mic and let Chris have the mic.
No. Just on a more professional level. I'm looking at wanting to do some business with people in America, and just with the business I do, and I'm getting interest from people in America now. I remember you saying that, like, you know a lot of people, Chris, and you could just probably weed out the scum and who I should and shouldn't be dealing with. But that's something on a personal note I wanted to ask you about. Because I've got two mates that live over there, because I spent a year back in 96, it must have been mid-96 to mid-97, I lived in El Segundo. So I've got two mates over there, but they're I don't know, they just show no interest, you know.
Just email it in, Ozzy, and I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, all right, cool. I just an industry that I wanted you to look at and just set me on the right course.
They're telling us you got to go, Ozzy.
Oh, come on. No one's telling anyone they're going to go. Hey, by the way, too, I've got a few pinball machines, too.
Me too.
So I'll have to check out that museum one day. All right, I better go then, I suppose. But, love the show. I actually had it on Spreaker the other day. 48 hours, it was non-stop without dropping out, so it was good. the neighbours just hear it fucking like you two guys talking, because when I go out, it sounds as if people are talking downstairs to you all the time.
It actually sounds like you have friends visiting.
I do.
Aussie having friends over. I thought that guy didn't have any friends. I hear guys talking down there all the time.
Yeah, they're always chatting away. You never see their vehicles, eh? Anyway, all right, guys, fantastic. Happy Easter as well. And I'm going over to deal with the family now, which I don't really want to. They're all, married and stuff, and I just want to in and out and just mum away all the shit on and blah, blah. Anyway, guys, okay, so get that package, you'll love it.
All right, we'll do it next week. We'll open it on the air.
Okay, cool, excellent. And I'll shoot you also a couple of stories.
All right, Aussie.
All right, calm down. Look, I haven't run the 2 kilometres this time, and by the way, my brother, I played it back to my brother, and he was like, "Man, we're going to call this CMS day today now. It's a holiday." And I appreciated you guys putting that up there. That was cool.
All right, Ozzy.
All right, Ozzy.
Take care. Harlan Kill. Fuck you, pal. Hand job.
There goes a super fan.
My goodness. He was
super fan.
He was excited to be talking to the Kings.
I know. He loves it. It's like, it's like rubbing elbows with the famous.
Yeah, sure.
Man.
I can't believe I spoke to them.
Again. They've allowed me to speak with them.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. All right. Well, it is the Easter weekend. I don't know if that means anything to any or most or none of you, but regardless of that, people are sort of in a festive mood. I could tell the mood was kind of lighthearted. I was out and about today. It was warm and spring-like. So, it's a renewal of sorts. It's time to wake up and get busy and do stuff.
Right.
And what have you done, Mr. Aiken?
I actually took and I know this sounds really fucking like fat old guy giving his accomplishment story, but I actually took a nice long few mile walk outside.
Really? How about that?
Which I never do. I mean, I'll do it on a treadmill and I'll do my yoga, but I do not go outside. And yesterday I just kind of fucking took off. And,
How was it?
it sucks.
It sucks.
Fucking sucks, dude. Dude, you know where I live.
Yeah.
It's on this big-ass hill.
Yes.
So the big-ass hill is a fucking motherfucker.
Sure.
If you're in shape, that hill is a motherfucker. When you're a big fat tub of shit like me, Jesus Christ, man. It's like, it's just brutal. You know, it's just breathing really hard and, you know, it sucks.
Well, you got to start the climb from the beginning, and then you can do the downhill on your way back.
Well, no, you know what? I have to start downhill so that I end downhill because, as you know, I'm in the middle of my street.
Sure.
So I have to start downhill and then go around the block and then do that long-ass stretch of uphill. And then while I'm wheezing and dying, I'm like also falling down the hill. That way, if I do fall down from like having a stroke or something, I'll still roll part of the way toward my house.
Right.
But no, I did. I'm going to try and get more of that in this year because Lord knows I sit in front of the fucking computer way too many hours of the day.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying to get a little bit of outside time in when the weather's nice, which is very rare. But, yeah, I did that. And, I don't know. I spent the whole week really locked in on work and, working on getting this whole fucking Army thing worked out with my Army buddies, you know, trying to get people to actually buy their tickets and, you know, make the commitment so they can't back out of it. But that's moving along. So, you know, other than that, I didn't do dick this week. I barely left the house. That's it.
All right. Well,
What'd you do, anything?
You know what? I was so swamped with work this week that by the time I got home, I was just mentally drained.
Yeah. So you just came in and went to bed?
No, well, I didn't do that. I mean, I did other things, you know, but I didn't get out like I wanted to. But the weather has been kind of shitty here too, and right. You know, I'm looking forward to, you know, hitting the track again now that the weather is getting a little consistently warmer, so I can get out a little bit. But boy, I tell you what, these last few weeks, just brutal, mentally draining. Not so much physically exhaustion, but just mentally. It's just busy work constantly, you know.
Why don't you just every couple hours right there in your neighborhood where you're working, just kind of walk? That'll be like an obstacle course. You'll be dodging bullets everywhere.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
If you could make it a 2-mile stretch of that, you're a fucking man.
You're absolutely right about that.
Do you think that you could walk in that neighborhood 2 straight miles without being accosted?
I gotta wonder.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would definitely, I don't care what the law is, I would be carrying in that neighborhood.
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is that our building is right on a street corner.
Okay.
And all day long, just the Chicago police running up and down that road, just lights and sirens all day. Ambulances, fire trucks, and Chicago police up and down that street all day long.
Most people have birds and shit in their background. You just have a siren.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
Cop car and ambulance. That's it.
That's it.
Maybe both.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Neely. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Dude, I hear you talk about Korea all the time, and I love it. I want to talk about Camp Casey and Camp Stanley. Are you down with that?
Right. I am down with that.
All right. I was at Camp Casey.
Who is this
Hold
first?
on, Chief.
Who is this first?
Oh, my apologies, Neely. This is Steve from Tampa, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Okay, Steve, go ahead.
What would you like to know?
Oh, well, hey, Chris. Man, I love the Korea stories, dude, and I love the fact that you're getting together with all your buddies. And, oh, man, the one guy who wanted to bring his wife to the party? Are you kidding me?
Well, we put an end to that.
Oh, of course you did. You put the kibosh on that real quick. Because I went to Mama San, and I paid $100, and I had my 8 hours in a hotel room. Not that I would know anything about that.
Wait a minute. You paid $100 where? Where were you that you were paying $100?
Well, I mean, this is okay. You have to realize this is 2010.
Oh, all right. Okay,
I was paying 100. Yeah, this is not 1988 when you were there and you got to fly to Japan and see Dokken. I didn't have that luxury. Oh, and by the way, the 1987, 88 Wild West days of Korea, when you did your 27 months, those days are over. Those days are over. You had to be very careful.
Really?
Dude, it's a career ender, man. It's a career ender if you get caught nowadays.
Did I end it for you guys with my wild behavior?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to blame you. It wasn't your fault. But actually, gentlemen, if I may, I wanted to call about something else as well, because this has been driving me crazy for the longest time. Love the show. But, okay, what 1980s bands were unfairly categorized as hair bands instead of excellent bands? And I just want to bring up my first example was Cinderella was unfairly categorized as a hair band, and then Neely Dokken was unfairly categorized as a hair band. What are your thoughts, gentlemen?
Both of those are definitely hair bands.
Well, they had the fashion of the hair band. Was their music like Poison? No. Was it like Pretty Boy Floyd? No. Was it in that sleaze rock vein? Not necessarily. No. L.A. Guns, I would put them in that category too. But but it was the era, and it was. I'm going to use a Stephen Pierceism here. He called it fashion metal.
Okay.
And I would agree with that. And well, I mean, Jesus, Jesus, look at the cover of Night Songs. I get it. I mean, the hair was through the roof. I mean, that made him look like 8 feet tall. But I always thought that, like Cinderella's musicianship, Dokken's musicianship, put them above the rest.
No, not if they used the look to fit into that group. No. The ones that were unfair, in my eyes, the ones that were unfairly categorized were like Scorpions.
Or Armored Saint.
Armored Saint, Scorpions, because they really didn't change their look. They looked the way they looked before hair metal caught on, but they played into hair metal. But they didn't play the same music either. So yeah, Dokken's on the cusp because some of their stuff was harder, but you can't really even throw Dokken out of that mix because you turn around and then there's Alone Again and Don't Close Your Eyes and stuff like that. That definitely has that hair metal flavor to it.
Well, I mean, I will agree with that, but I mean, I would never in 100 years put Scorpions or Armored Saint or Def Leppard into the hair metal category. But yeah, Dokken, they're on the cusp. I get it. Dokken is definitely on the cusp.
Def Leppard embraced it more than anybody with Hysteria. They started out as not a hair metal band, but they embraced it hard.
The same way with Y&T. Y&T was around in the 70s, and, when the 80s hit, then they, followed the trend.
Once again, agree, but On Through the Night, High and Dry, Pyromania, Staples, they are classics. That fucking bullshit Hysteria ruined Def Leppard.
Yeah, but that bullshit Hysteria also sold the most for Def Leppard. And then they changed into a hair metal band because of all the success that had. The album right after it was just a clone of that. What was that one called? Adrenalize, right?
Yeah.
That was just a clone of Hysteria because they had success with it. And they were doing
and I think that album went to number 1.
Of course. And Joe with all the tore up pants and the, primping and posing for videos and shit like a fag. Yeah. They were absolutely a hair metal band.
And his ripped up jeans and his fucking goddamn British flag t-shirt. Oh, but guys, when I heard that interview with the disaster at the high seas, with the Def Leppard, with the Jimmy Bain died. When that guy called Eddie Trunk the Dan Rather of metal, I had to hit pause because I fell off my fucking couch.
Well, we appreciate that you enjoy the show as much as you do. Obviously, you're an avid listener.
Of course, man, of course. I mean, I almost wanted to call and say and give you the real Jeff Tate, but I was like, you know what? I can't do that because that would sound cheesy. I didn't want to steal Doghouse's thunder. I mean, or I didn't want to do some bullshit Bob Leather like, hey, I'm calling from Florida. It's 84 degrees. It's 9:38 at night. I didn't want to do that.
All right. Anything else?
Well, I'm a diehard Iron Maiden fan, and A Matter of Life and Death was the biggest piece of shit they've ever put out in their career.
Okay.
All right. Is that your manager on the other line there in my ear? That is your manager. He says you got to go.
Oh, well said, Chris. I know when my time is up. Thank you, brother. I'm punching out, boys.
Hey, hail and kill.
Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And jump!
That's funny. Like the new callers.
Yeah, I do. Apparently we're reaching some new people.
Yeah, we are. We are. Branching out.
Boy, that's too bad about it. But that must suck to go over to Korea now and you can't do all the stuff that I did.
Yeah. Well, it's a different time, my friend. Everything changes.
Yeah, well, I guess I caught the right place, right time.
Yeah, it was the end of an era.
Yep.
You closed the chapter on that book.
Glad I put the exclamation point on that fucking place.
Exactly. Now you have a book to write all about it.
Yeah, well, I wrote some this week. I actually accomplished another chapter this week, so slowly but surely I'm narrowing it down. I'm into single digits that I have to write now.
All right. Well, are you pleased with the anticipation for the book? Because I, see people comment about it all the time. And, whether people have experienced going to Korea or being in the military or not, it seems like there's a heightened interest in whatever it is that you're going to put out there.
There has been. There's been a lot more interest in this one than either of the other two. And, I don't, I hope I don't let everybody down, but it is going to definitely be a dirty book. That's for damn sure. And, I'm glad that the CMS fans are definitely interested, and I've got like people outside of the CMS that are interested, and I definitely have an assortment of people that are telling me I should not put it out.
Okay.
But I don't listen.
Sure, so, of course not. Why would you?
Why would I? You know what? I've done well with these two, and I'm not trying to be J.K. Rowling. I'm just putting out books that are fun to me, and this one will be fun. I will guarantee you. After 2 books of absolute depression, this is definitely a lot funner, a lot more fun. So I don't, somebody asked me today, I was talking with some of my Army buddies today, and they were asking me if the book would be out in September. And I had to tell them no, almost certainly not. Because if nothing else, the publicist is not going to let me put it out quick. You remember last time you made me sit on it for 4 months?
Right.
Once it was done. So, there's only 5 months until my buddies are going to be here. And let's face it, I still got 9 chapters to write. So that's not going to happen.
Sure.
But, it'll probably be out first of next year is what I'm thinking. Probably January is when it's looking like it's going to be out. I know it's taken a longer time, but this one is one that, I just don't remember everything. I've had to spend a lot of time on the phone with buddies that I was in Korea with, or on Instant Messenger or whatever, remembering some things. So it's taking a little longer to write, but I promise it's pretty fun. Everybody that's seen any kind of chapters on it is like, holy shit. Some of that is followed with, you're going to ruin your reputation, and and you better hope that people that go to the pinball place don't see it and blah, blah, blah. But whatever. I'm doing it, and I could give a fuck.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill, Chris and Neely. It's Steve Jackson.
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Oh, not much. I got on Twitter just a minute ago to, basically to tweet that Eddie Trunk is the Dan Rather of metal, only to find out that Eddie Trunk is no longer on Twitter. Does anyone know? Did he have a meltdown or something?
He's no longer on Twitter.
Yeah. I was looking for him, and I was like, wait, he's not on here. Maybe have people given him so much shit that he got off of it? I mean...
It could be. I don't know. Are you looking it up, Chris?
Yeah, he's on Twitter. What are you talking about? At Eddie Trunk.
I tried that. It didn't work for me. Maybe I'm blocked.
Maybe you're blocked. Maybe you're an asshole.
Have you sent him emails saying about what an asshole he is and how good we are?
No, but I'll have you guys know that when I went on the MOR cruise last year, I was in the vicinity of him probably 4 or 5 times, but I refused to say hi just because I think he's a cocksucker. Yeah.
Maybe you're blocked.
I was like, well, maybe. Yeah. He's like, I've seen that guy somewhere. I'm going to block his ass on Twitter. But
he's on there. I just went to his page. He's there.
Yeah. I would be in the chat room tonight, but I'm about to hit the town, go watch my buddy's band play.
All right, Steve.
Oh, wait. My manager's told me I got to go. Yeah. Hey, what's the final word on M3, motherfuckers?
I'm going. I'll be there.
Neely's going. I said, fuck that.
Well, Neely, I'll send you my number in an email or something.
All right.
We can hang out.
All right. Send me your number. I'll find you over there, I'm sure.
Cool. All right. Hell and kill. Fuck you, pal. Good job.
Jeez. Everybody's on fire tonight.
I know. I like when they just acknowledge the manager joke.
Yeah, they like that now.
Oh, yeah, it's my manager.
Yeah. Gotta go. Sorry.
Gotta go.
Time's limited here. All right. Well, we've got somewhat of a full lineup tonight.
Yes, we do.
We're going to be speaking with Justin Murr in about 15 minutes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then we understand we might be speaking with the real Jeff Tate.
Yes, that is probably going to be happening tonight.
And I also spoke with Don Dokken.
Who?
Don Dokken.
And you're not playing the bumper?
No, but he's going to call in tonight.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about the M3, and we'll talk about that Music Con.
Okay.
And
we can talk about Rock and Skull too.
Yeah, that too. As well as any other shows that they have coming up this year, and he's just going to bring us up to date with what's going on.
Is he going to confirm those 13 songs that are recorded and ready for the new Dokken record with the classic lineup?
The 13 songs?
Well, if George can make up some number, why can't I?
Yeah, sure.
I heard it's a new Dokken box set.
Is that right?
That's what I heard. 3 DVDs and 4 albums, all ready to go from different eras. With the Jewel being the brand new album that they recorded over that one weekend.
Now, are you being? You're just being silly. Stop it.
No way. That's true.
Is that what you heard?
That's what I heard. 5 DVDs and 6 albums, with the last one being a 22 song rock opera called Les Rockin' des Dokken.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of that one yet.
Maybe I have not.
I don't know.
I have not.
How did you miss this? How did I get the news before you?
I've been laying low this week. I have not been paying attention.
That's an inside track there.
Apparently it is.
So inside that nobody's reported it yet. Yeah. Even George doesn't know that information.
Right. So he's going to call about midnight Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll find out what's going on with him and bring us all up to date and tour plans and just general discussion, because once Don gets wound up, he likes to talk.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Is that it so far? Did I miss anybody or anything?
I think that's enough, isn't it?
Well, it is enough, but I know you had one more thing potentially on the table.
That one is, I did not hear back from them.
Okay.
I think they probably looked us up and said, fuck.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
I did reach out to them, though, but I think they probably did a quick search back and said, whew, no.
We're not talking to those guys.
Not after they roasted us that hard last week.
Yeah. Well,
fuck them.
Yeah. Hey, but you did get some good expose out of that on Sunday, right?
I did, yes.
No, you played a little of that for yourself.
I did. Seasons change, man. Now I'm back into fag music land again.
There you are. It's all cyclical.
I love that fag music, dude. Did you see the comment somebody put about that they love that I'm honest about fag music?
You don't care what anybody thinks. You say I like it, so there. Fuck you guys.
I don't care. You know,
well, why would you care? What is anybody going to do to you?
Why should I give a shit if somebody says that because I listen to this or that I'm not metal enough?
I don't know. Why would anybody care about that?
But people do.
I know.
You know, that's the funniest thing in the world to me is when people, you know, they'll be like, oh, it's not fucking metal, man. It's fucking shit because it's not metal. And then you see them on Facebook admitting that their guilty pleasure is fucking pop music by M. You know, it's like, all right, you fag. You're just as faggy as me. At least I got the balls to say it.
Sure. Well, I'll admit that two of my guilty pleasures in the pop music world are the Bangles.
Oh, yeah.
And Quarter Flash.
Okay, now if the Bangles looked like, I don't know, Nancy Wilson at the back end of a buffet, Ann Wilson, rather, would you still like the Bangles?
It's hard to say. Obviously, what attracted me originally was the MTV videos when they first came out. So, I couldn't say.
What was the first video that you saw that you were like, holy shit, I got to grab my dick and rub?
Manic Monday.
Manic Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene, I know the scene, too. They do like a pull-in close on Susanna Hoff's face.
Yeah, she's wearing like a little black dress.
Yeah, but she's looking to the left and then to the right.
Yep.
It's like a close-up on her face, and you're like, oh.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's the one that captured me so many years ago. What was that, like 86 or 87?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was real early, but and I saw them twice. I saw them, in the heyday.
Right.
So,
What was the slow song? Was that The Flame?
Yeah, Eternal Flame.
Eternal Flame. That was a good video too.
Yeah, they were all pretty good videos.
They were good. Did you like any of the other chick bands of the time, like Banana Rama or whatever?
No, wasn't into them. The Go-Go's were kind of fun. That Belinda Carlisle, she was still a little bit on the chubby side, in her early, in the early days. But then she really sleeked down when she became, just a solo act.
Yeah, that was probably part of her deal for her solo thing was get your ass in the gym, fatty.
Yeah, she got really slimmed down, and that's when she was playing with John Taylor.
Yeah,
from Duran Duran.
Yeah, did she have solo hits? I don't even remember.
Yeah, she had a couple of tunes.
Because I liked the Go-Go's.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Our Lips Are Sealed a lot.
Yeah, well, that just kind of throws you back to Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Sure.
Because that was part of the soundtrack.
And me being the child that I was, singing that song and then fucking making every pussy joke I could about Our Lips Are Sealed.
Very nice.
Fucking 15 years old going, yeah, I wonder which ones. Fucking faggot.
Yeah. So good.
But I'd be right there singing along.
Of course.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, that was mall music.
Loved it. I was into the mall. Dude, I say it all the time. I don't think people believe me. I was into metal. I mean, I had Metallica records and whatnot. But when it came down to a Friday night or whatever, the way to get the chicks in your car was to have that music.
Yeah, well, of course. They weren't listening to Led Zeppelin or Deep Purple or Iron Maiden. They were listening to the pop stuff.
Yeah, so at home, yeah, I had all for me, the heavy stuff for me at that time was like, I had Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning, and I had a bunch of AC/DC stuff, and like Motley Crue, the hair metal stuff, Quiet Riot, shit like that. That was like my heavy music. But man, when I went out on a Friday night with the girlfriend or whatever, and especially when I first got my car, dude, it was nothing but mixtapes of Corey Hart and the Romantics.
Right.
You know, it was anything to get the fucking panties thrown in the back seat of the car. That was all I cared about. You know, I had a bag of pot, a mixtape with all these soft songs, all ballads, of course. And, you know, and like, hey, you know, let's listen to this song and maybe you can suck my dick a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I feel very fortunate that, you know, while I was going to college, that I got to work at a Camelot Music.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I was exposed to a lot of the music of that day. And that's kind of where I, you know, discovered Queensryche. I remember the first Queensryche EP, and I remember the first Doc and Breaking the Chains album coming into the store.
Sure.
And, of course, I discovered Crocus, and who else was kind of like they weren't, you know, the top of the charts yet, but they were caught my ear, you know, as far as music is concerned. Then, of course, we had to deal with, you know, of course, Michael Jackson and the Romantics, and I think Joan Jett was pretty hot at that time, and, you know, a lot of that stuff.
Right. So you were so confident in yourself, though, that you just did not even play the game of, you know, kissing ass to get puss.
No, not at all.
See, I had no confidence in myself.
Yeah, see, I never did that. I just liked what I liked. I didn't do something just to appease anybody.
Everything I did when I was that age was I had to do things because I had zero confidence in myself, I guess. Oh, there's that picture of Susanna Hoffs. The exact picture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. But no, I always had to have stuff. It was always like, you know, I've told this before about how my mom was Barry Gables from Belkin Productions.
Right.
Bank. So we always had tickets. Well, I would use tickets all the time. Hey, you want to go with me to see Kiss? You know, you want to go with me to see... And really, Kiss would have been like a heavy one. For me, it was more like, look what I got. Tickets to go see Honeymoon Suite. You know?
Sure.
I got a new girl now, and she's a lot like you. Now give me a little kiss.
Yeah.
I was such a fucking creep. Everything was, I got pot, I got weed, I got booze, I got beer, I got whatever, money.
That's what's called the enticements. Hail and kill, caller, you're on the air. Hail and kill, caller, you're on the air. All right. Sounds like somebody driving or something.
Yeah, apparently. Ass dialed us. But yeah, that was me, dude. I always had to have, I could never just be like, hey, how you doing? Let's go out. Never would I do that. It was always like, well, you know, I got these Bon Jovi tickets. You know, I got an extra one because so-and-so was supposed to go with me, but they don't want to go.
Right.
You want to go? You know, meanwhile, then if they said yes, I was like, Mom, please get me some Bon Jovi tickets.